Now, there is no doubt about it that those over at Netflix are in pure panic mode right now over their series With Love Meghan and everything going on with the drama related to With Love Meghan Season 2, which is really just basically Season 1.5, or a Part 2 of Season 1 as I like to call it, because of everything that's going on between Meghan Markle and the drama that she drags into the overall program. It's exactly why there's a lot of issues going on, a lot of division between the board of directors and the executives behind the scenes over at Netflix, and it's only getting worse as time rolls by. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, given that Meghan Markle is losing a lot of connections through various studios out there, commercial studios, which by the way served as her backup plan, and now she's trying to desperately remain in the spotlight or in the limelight, whatever have you, to stay as what she calls as relevant, one thing is for certain is that everything to do with this series with Love Meghan, it is turning into an even bigger disaster. We already talked about how she is in the process of dragging in politicians like Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris into episodes 3 and 6 for With Love Meghan Season 2, but things are only getting worse from there when it comes down to the drama between herself and Taylor Swift. Let's get into this, shall we? Now, we already know that she was shot down by Taylor some time ago for her podcast. Well, it only got worse than that, and as well as what we talked about a couple of weeks ago about how she tried and desperately attempted to get Taylor involved in her series with Love Meghan. This is where it really kind of hits a new level, a new, peak, where we have never seen this before for Meghan Markle getting so desperate. Now, with, of course, the fact that now that Meghan Markle is doubling down on With Love Meghan Season 2, which in reality is just a Part 2 of Season 1 due for some additional filming by this June, one monumental development going on now involves more to do with the drama between both Taylor Swift and Meghan Markle. Now, after the first negotiation that Meghan Markle created toward Taylor and her team to get Taylor to come on her show for a major cameo in Season 2, and how that was shot down by Taylor, what's even worse is that there was a second negotiation that recently took place that was pushed by both the 60% of the Netflix board of directors that supports Markle and Markle herself. It turns out that, get this, Meghan recently attempted to get Taylor Swift on board of her show again for Season 2, and that Taylor and her team recently informed Netflix that they want nothing to do with Meghan Markle's drama or the backlash that she attracts from the general public. To make matters worse for Meghan Markle's ego is that she is also developing another podcast, apart from the one that was just recently announced, and this one is set to be announced by this spring that will be separate from the one focusing on entrepreneurs. This podcast will focus on celebrities and their challenges in the public eye, with them sharing their stories. Meghan Markle and her team also reached out to Taylor to become a part of her podcast that's in the works, and will be done in a video format, and practically begged Taylor to become a part of her new podcast that she is already dubbing as Meghan's Roundtable. Taylor yet again outright refused to become a part of Meghan Markle's podcast, and even had her team to personally inform Meghan Markle that she should stop trying to negotiate since she holds no interest in taking part for both With Love Meghan Season 2 and or this new podcast nicknamed Meghan's Roundtable. Now, Meghan Markle was reportedly devastated that she got shot down now 3 times in total by Taylor Swift for 3 separate projects, after trying to vanish the awkwardness that was created some time ago when Taylor Swift refused to participate with her. Meghan is already trying to get her other celebrities on her new podcast, whether it's actors or singers that are very well known and in the public eye as well. Now guys, let me just stop here for one moment about this whole situation, is the fact that she obviously desperately wants Taylor Swift to come on board of her podcast or, With Love Meghan Season 2 to kind of vanquish that awkwardness, like I said before, that was created some time ago when, Taylor Swift just outright wanted nothing to do with Meghan Markle, wanted nothing to do with her overall backlash that she attracts. and for valid reasons, right? We already know that there's a lot of issues going on there. Now look, I am not a supporter of Taylor Swift. I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. In fact, I'm a critic of, Taylor in isolation. But one thing I will give her is this. She does hold some kind of common sense in the Meghan Markle realm of not associating with somebody that is so damaging to almost any image out there. Anything that Meghan Markle touches practically just turns into dust. We all saw how Netflix is now perceived based on Meghan Markle associating herself with Netflix and vice versa, and how that's in turn losing Netflix a lot of customers. It's losing a lot of potential customers as well, and it's not helping them in the least. In fact, it's only hurting them. Now, interestingly enough, yet again, we know that Meghan Markle wanted Taylor Swift because of how many fans that she could have created out of that connection, out of that participation, or that partnership, if you will. You could only imagine all of the Swifties, as they like to call them, that would come on board a Meghan Markle show and become Meghan Markle fans. That's basically what Meghan Markle's overall idea was for season 2. That's just not working out right now in the long run when it comes to celebrity cameos. And the biggest one of all that failed was Taylor Swift in this situation. Now, moving onwards, alright, Netflix is reportedly panicking since they had an entire scene storyboarded for Taylor Swift for With Love Meghan Season 2, in which Taylor was going to sing at Zuma Beach for the children at some celebrities, including Mindy Kaling in the mix. This entire scene is already being scrapped by the Netflix creatives after trying so hard to negotiate with Taylor that it just did not work out for Markle. As of now, Meghan is looking to get other surprise cameos on her show and her new podcast that are willing to discuss the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well to support her beliefs. Still to this day, however, Markle is still doubling down on getting politicians involved for With Love Meghan Season 2, a development which, by the way, Netflix CEO Greg Peters is growing very worrisome about right now as we speak against the board of directors. Now, guys, this is no different than Greg Peters really speaking up months and months ago that, yeah, maybe you should cancel With Love Meghan. Maybe you should at least, rethink your strategy of how you're going to market this thing. And they absolutely refused to actually listen to Greg Peters, and that's exactly why the show failed. But it's not just because of that. It's because it stars Meghan Markle, right? It seems like 60% of the board of directors really have no sense of reality, no sense of what their customers want to see at home on their television screens, and this is exactly why they are losing customers. This is also another reason why they're hiking prices. It's not just due to inflation. A lot of it has to do with the fact that they're signing these massive deals with those out there like Meghan Markle that don't deserve to be on Netflix. So again, this whole Taylor Swift situation I think is very, very interesting, because not only was she shot down twice, but 3 times by Taylor Swift and her team, to the point that they actually had to inform Meghan Markle's team themselves that they want no further negotiations. They don't want to hear from them anymore. They're being very bothersome. They're being a nuisance at this point. That's how desperate Meghan Markle truly is. It's coming at a point where Meghan Markle is starting to sound like one of those very needy individuals that just can't let go of somebody. That's what it's really coming across like right now when it comes to Meghan Markle trying so hard to create this partnership with Taylor Swift. And we all know the strategy. As I pointed out before, she wanted to get the Swiftie fan base to become a part of supporting With Love Meghan. But overall, I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.